Let us start. Yesterday, we have gone through the relation between shear force and bending moment. We have imagined a small length segment delta x cut from a loaded beam at a distance x from a fixed origin, and let W is the mean rate of loading on the length delta x. Shear force F is at the section x, and shear force F plus delta F is at the section x plus delta F. M is the bending moment at the section x, and M plus delta F bending moment at the section x plus delta x. Now, we have found that the shear force WF or distributed load WF is equal to minus dF by dx, and taking the moment, the square of the small section shear force F is equal to dm by dx, and the rate of change of bending moment is equal to the shear force. And let me go certain more details. First of all, the small length delta x cut from a loaded beam. Say beam is here of certain length. The beam is like this. It is loaded like uniformly distributed load, and the mean rate of loading of the length delta x, it is uniformly loaded. It means the mean rate of loading means load per unit length is equal to omega. That is, for a length of delta x, it is also the same. So we take a section at certain distance, and O is the origin here, O, and X is the distance from the origin. And now we take another step. Shear force at a distance X is equal to F, and F plus distance at a distance X plus delta X. If we have another section here like this, which has distance delta X from the section X, then F plus delta X, therefore at a section F plus X plus delta X. So what we have from this figure, this is the origin, and this is the distance from origin of this particular line F, that is equal to X, and the distance from origin of this particular line F is equal to X plus delta X. So this width of this between these two sections is equal to delta X. And shear force at left of this section is F pointing upward. Shear force at the right of the section is F plus delta F pointing downwards. And bending moment at this section, F is given by M, and that at the section F plus delta F is F plus delta M. The total load on the small section delta X is given as omega into delta X, because omega is the loading per unit length, and length is yet only delta X, not dx but delta X. Okay. Now, this load is acting approximately near the center of the center C of the center C. Since it is acting here, this is the line of action shown by this arrow. It is acting over the center C, that is omega into delta X. Now, the equilibrium of the element of length Lx, if we consider the equilibrium of this element, what we have here, the force F is pointing upwards, flows W plus dx is equal to pointing downwards, and flows F plus delta F is pointing downwards. So this pointing downwards F must be equal to the load in the opposite direction, W plus del omega plus delta X plus F plus delta F, or omega is equal to F plus delta F into dx, omega X minus delta F by dx. That is, the rate of change of shear force or slope of the shear force curve is equal to the intensity of loading. So here what you do, this force F is cancelling each other. So omega will be given as minus delta F divided by dx or df by dx. So rate of change of shear force, that is slope of the shear force curve, is equivalent to the intensity of loading. So the rate of change of shear force per unit length is equal to the intensity of loading or loading per unit length or loading per unit length. And if we take the moment at about C, then m plus delta f plus delta x by 2, then load will be one load will be m plus f will be delta x divided by 2, because delta is the total length and half of the length will be distance from the base of the point C to the end f. So m plus delta x by 2 plus, because both of them are clockwise in nature, and f plus delta f multiplied by delta x by 2 also will be clockwise in nature, and anticlockwise will be equal to m plus delta m or minus m plus delta m, which is anticlockwise in nature, and all the addition of all four forces to my moments will be equal to 0 to maintain the equilibrium. So here f plus delta f will be cancelled by this f plus delta f. Delta f into delta x by 2 is too small for f plus delta f, no, sorry, f plus delta f will be f into, not like this, f plus delta x by 2 plus f plus delta x by 2, again f plus delta x by 2 means f delta x plus delta x by 2 into delta x, because delta x delta f multiplied by delta x too small, that is delta f multiplied by delta x by 2, negligible, as it is too small. So, and m is eliminated by this m, and this is will be this minus delta load outwards. So f plus delta x is equal to, or f plus delta x is equal to delta m, and f will be delta m by delta x or dm by dx. The rate of change of bending moment is equal to the shear force. So the rate of change of shear force is equal to the rate of change of varying load, and rate of change of bending moment is equal to the shear force. At a point where dm by dx is equal to 0, there is no change in bending moment. That is, shear stress will be 0. The bending moment will have the maximum value. The shear stress is 0, the bending moment will have the maximum value. The point of 0 bending moment, as we're type of bending changes from sagging to hogging, is called a point of inflection or contraflexion. Means where bending changes from sagging to hogging at some point of bending moment is defined as the point of contraflexion or contraflexion. Now, the integrating 4.1 means this one between two values of x at two section A and B, then FA minus FB, B to A W dx. Then which is the area under the load distribution curve, with the load is W and thickness is the length is the thickness, the weight multiplied by the thickness is the area of the load under the load distribution curve. If we integrate from A to B, it will remain more or less same. If we integrate the same delta 4.2 means that delta m by delta x into f, then delta mb minus ma is the integration of A to B f into dx. The variation of bending moment between two sections is equal to the area under the shear force diagram. Means area is the f multiplied by the distance traveled. Means f is the vertical side and dx is the horizontal side. F into p is the area under the shear force curve. Also, f is equal to dm by dx is equal to omega 0 minus dl by dx, and if we put the value of f here, minus dm square by dx square. Now, what should be the shear force and bending moment diagram for cantilever? Let us go through that. The cantilever may carry concentrated or uniformly distributed load. So concentrated for all type of beam can carry concentrated or independent single load or independent single load and uniformly distributed load, uniformly or non-uniformly distributed. But we are considering here only uniformly. The cantilever beam means a beam which is fixed at one, embedded in one end beam, embedded in one end and hanging other, or supported on the other end. Assume a cantilever beam of length L carrying a concentrated load at its free end. What is given here? We are having a cantilever beam which is embedded at left end, embedded left end and loaded at right end. So it is total hanging and only the supported at left end and total star is hanging and it is loaded at the load of equal to W at the end P. Now, so what we are supposed to do, consider section X here. This is X. Now, from the free end, the force to right of the section will be is W downwards and is considered as along the whole length of the beam for all values of X. So shear force will consider positive and shear force diagram the horizontal straight beam like this, which is equal to W. The bending moment diagram from this section, W into X is equal to M equal to W into X. Loaded multiplied by the distance, M is equal to MW multiplied by X. Thus, the moment of the right portion is clockwise and the bending moment is negative. So the bending moment that can be observed as hogging and thus negative. The bending moment is an inclined line increasing with the length value of X. So we have the inclined line here. It is 0 at the right end and maximum equal to W at the left end. So the maximum will exist at W into L at the fixed end. That is closely from 0 to reached at length WL, and so their bendings are reduced. This is the maximum bending moment, and other bending with other places are reduced more at reduced value. Now, the reaction and fixing moment from equilibrium condition, reaction at the fixed moment is W, and fixing moment applied to the end is W to L. Next, uniformly distributed load. Assume a cantilever of length L carrying an uniformly distributed load omega per unit length across the whole span as shown in the 14.7a. So what is given? It is cantilever means it is embedded at one of its ends. It is embedded at the left end here, and here load is uniformly distributed of value W omega or W omega from left to right end. And the force on the right of the section, we got a section here. Force on the right of the section is omega into X. Downwards are varies linearly among the whole length of the beam. So shear force positive and shear force diagram is straight as shown here. Here, shear force was 0 at the right end. There is no vertical forces, and it is created due to the effect of the distributed load and varies from 0 to maximum at right end. Left end, that is WL. The bending moment force Wx to the right of the section of any section is acting as a concentrated load W into X at a distance X by 2 from this section from the free end. So the moment will be M into W into X. Moment about the area is M into W into X. As the moment of the right section is clockwise, the bending moment is negative or hogging. The bending moment diagram is parabolic and increases with the value of x. Maximum bending moment is WL by W square by 2 at 2 ends at the fixed end, and the bending moment is parabolic, increases with the value of x. On the moment on the right portion is clockwise, the bending moment is negative, hogging. The bending moment diagram is parabolic and increases with the value of x. Here, we are saying that we take the bending moment of this section, which is the load will be W into x, and the load acting on this section is Wx, and at a distance, say, x by 2. So the bending moment created at this end will be W into x by 2, but it will be sagging in nature, means it is creating bending at the top surface. Now, the bending moment is parabolic increases the value of x at maximum bending moment where the fixed end, that is W square by 2. Let us go through from numerical problems. Just a second. Next, let us go to certain. Cantilever of 10 millimeter span, that is a load of 4 kN and 6 kN at 2 into 4 meter, respectively from the fixed end. Here, what is seen here is the cantilever beam. Here is we have the cantilever beam here, is fixed at the left end A and hanging at the from A to T. It is loaded by load 4 kN at 4 kN and 6 kN at 2 into 6 meter respectively, and with another load 6 kN at the 3 end. So there is 3 load. From 2 meter away from A, we have a load 4 kN, 2 plus 4 meter, that is 6 kN. And 6 kN, and another load of 6 kN will be loaded at 10 meter or from the A3 end. So we have to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram. To draw the shear force and bending moment diagram, let us go through the section CE. Let us consider this section C at a distance x from the free end. This is free end. We have considered this as a section x from the C end. The force to the right of the section is only 6 K. So this is constant between C to D. So the portion between D to C here, it is if we take another section here, this is the right of the section 6 plus 6, that is 12 Kn. And for section, if we take section here, the force at the right of the section 4 plus 6 plus 6 means 16 Ka. These are all three are constant. The shear force diagram thus consists several rectangles having different coordinates. So from D to A, it is 6 Kn. Next, from at the point 6, it is rotated by another 6 Kn, so it becomes 12 Kn. And at the point B, it is rotated by another 4 Kn, so it is rotated by 16 Kn. So several rectangles have different ordinates. It is the consist of the shear force diagram. It is observed that it undergoes a sudden change in by passing through a load point. Now, for bending moment, the portion CD from here to here at the section CA, the moment will be 6 into n. That is, it is to be linear. At x is equal to 0, moment will be 0. At x is equal to 4, moment will be 24. So here, at x is equal to 4, from this portion, x square, x is equal to 4, then 6 into 4, that is 24. Okay. Now, if we take the section here, moment about the section is 6 into x and plus both are 6 multiplied by this end means 6 x minus 4, that is 6, and x, the distance is x here, section is x. If we take a moment from this section, then this section will 6 minus 4, this distance will be x, total x minus this distance 4, and this will be a distance 6x, 6x plus 6 mx, which is equal to the bending moment. At x is equal to 6 equal to 4, means at the point C, mx will be 24 kilonewton. At the point B, x will be 8 kilometers and mx will be 78 kilometers per meter. The portion AB, is mx 6x plus 6 into x minus 4 plus 4 into x minus 8. Thus, at the point N, x is equal to N and MC is equal to means total length. At the point B, that x is equal to 8m, MC is equal to 72 kn per meter. At the point A, x is equal to 10 meter, 4 plus 2, that is MD is 104 kilometer. Then before that, there is a straight line between the loads. Here, from here to here, again the slope is changed, again the slope is changed. 24, 72, and 104 kN, the value of the bending moment. A cantilever, another problem. A cantilever span length. This is a cantilever fixed at the point A. Its span length is equal to L, H to withstand a actual acting load W at the distance free end and upward load W at a distance A from the free end. Draw the shear force and bending moment diagram. What we have, it is the total hanging load, hanging your cantilever beam, where left hand B is being embedded in the wall, where right hand is free and carrying a load W at the point P. Next, it carries another load pointing upward at the distance A from the free end. So we have to calculate now the shear force and bending moment diagrams. How will you do it? A cantilever is concentrated with constant load is here, and draw the shear force portion CB from B to B, and if it affects Fx is equal to W, and portion A to C somewhere here. Here Fx is equal to W, and portion here after here Fx is equal to 0. Both are acting mutually perpendicular to the opposite direction. Fx is equal to 0. So here is equal to 0. Now bending moment diagram CV is mx into W into x, where mx into Wx here. From x is the distance from the free end P. Here mx will be the distance of the free load of the free end B, and W into x is the bending moment here. So MB is equal to 0, F is equal to W into A. W multiplied by A. The portion AC here Wx minus Wx Wx minus W into x minus A is equal to W into A into constant. Here x is to the distance here. So mx is a W to x in clockwise, and anti-clockwise x minus A W is called constant. Anti-circle limit is also constant. Next example 4.3. Now draw a shear force and bending moment diagram with the following case of cantilevers. Span of 10 meter with uniformly distributed load of 3 kilonewton per meter for 6 meter acting on the free end. So what is given? Span length is 20 meter from end to end. Uniformly distributed only 3 kilonewton per minute for only 6 meters starting from free end. This is also cantilever. So it is, we have a distributed load 3 kilonewton per meter at a distance at from 6. It is about the 6 from the 6 meter reading the free end. And span 10 millimeter of the fixed strength is just opposite, and from 14 meter uniformly distributed load 3 meter for 6 strength, and starting from 4 and ending at 4 meter from the 10 meter from the fixed strength. So let's point out that with the diagram, span of 10 meter with uniformly distributed 3 kilonewton acting from the free end. Free end is this perimeter, on at a distance 6 meter, it is distributed at a distance 6 kilometer, and its intensity is for 3 kilonewton per kg. Okay. The span of 10 meter uniformly distributed load, and for 6 meters starting from the fixed end. So from here, we are having the distributed load over the distance A to B, which is 6 meter away from the free end. And span of length, so the 14 millimeter with uniformly distributed load of 3 kilonewton per meter for section. So what is we have here? We have distributed load 3 kilonewton per meter for 6 meter length, and starting from the and starting from 4 meter, ending 10 meter from the free end. So it is started 4 meter from this end. This portion from C to D is free. There is no loading over it. It is loaded after C, and it is 10 meter away from the free end. And it is loaded before distributed of 3 kilonewton from B to C. We have reached at the point CB. Afterwards, again and the remaining portion of the load will go back to your use. Now, how will you do that? We have to calculate the shear force bending moment diagram for all these loads. The shear force here, first of all, the loaded was 4 kilonewton, 4 meter at the portion B, and then loaded is from B to C with distributed load 3 kilonewton per meter per 12. So we here the top leg 6 meter. The first case shear force, the portion BC, one portion between B to C. A section is taken. BC is equal to witness, I think 3 seconds, 3 into x. So force BC, Fx is equal to 3x multiply linear, and Fc is equal to 0, Ft is equal to 18 kilonewton. So what you see, portion B to C, it has 3 cylinder, single F is 3x here, F5, 0, Ft is equal to 0.05 meter. What you show here, the shear force diagram, BC from here to here, force, vertical force is 3 into x linear. That C is equal to 0 at the point B. At the point B means at this point, that is equal to 18 kilonewton. Next, for the portion AB to B, that is Fx is 18 kilonewton per constant. Bending moment diagram BC, Mx is equal to 3 into x multiplied by x by 2 is equal to 1.5 x square. That is distance load is equal to 3 into x, because 3 is the intensity, x is the distance, and this is working at a distance of x by 2, which is the uniform 3x and which is the uniform 3x and 100. 3x multiplied by 3x is the load, the intensity of load is the 3 multiplied by distance x, and portion, that is portion BC, and FC more or less equal to and Mx is 18 into x by 3 linear, Mb is equal to 15 millimeter, and M is equal to 126 kilonewton per meter. The shear force and bending moment. For the second case, shear force, the portion BC. Here, the portion BC, there is no load. Then Fx is equal to 3 into x linear, and Fx at C is 0, and Fb at 80 millimeter. Here it C is 0, and it is increased up to 18 at B, at B is 0 to 0. At AB at distance x from B, Fx is equal to 3 into x, then Fp is equal to 0, F is equal to 80 kilometers per minute. The shear force diagram, the bending moment diagram, the portion BC, Mx is equal to 0. The portion BC, Mx, there is no load here, so bending moment will be 0 here. There is no force acting over it. And Mx is equal to 0, Mb is equal to 0. Portion AB at distance x from the MB, AB is equal to 3 into x by 2, and to 1.5 x square. MB is equal to 0, Mg is equal to 24.559 n kilonewton per minute. Number 3, there will be no shear force bending the portion CD. Here, CD and AB, there is no shear force bending moment. And the shear force bending diagram will as in figure. The shear force diagram is as shown in this figure. We have to go to maximum. Next comes another problem. A cantilever of 14 millimeter width span carries A single cantilever carries 6 kilonewton at the point B, 4 at the point C, and again 6 at the point D and 4 at the point N. At 40 and 14 meters respectively from the fixed end. And it is 2 meter, 4 meter, this is 2, 4, and half of this is equal to 7, and here is 2, 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus 3 is equal to 7 plus 3 is equal to 10. So the cantilever loaded with point load synchronous distributed load shown in the figure. To find the shear force and bending moment, the portion EG, this portion here, there is no load acting except 4 kilonewton and Fx equal to 4 kN. Portion D, 4 plus 2 into x by minus 2 into linear and 4 that is 4 kilonewton is equal to 50 into 10 kilonewton. Then DE mx is equal to, this is the DE mx here, the distance is x here at a distance from the free end. So it's at the section from this direction. So what we are doing here, that is 4 into kn, 4 into x plus 2 into kn multiplied by here this length will be, this is x minus half this point 1.5. Here x minus 4, x minus 4 means the section at here x 2 into x minus 4. 4